You ever notice how the most successful companies in the world all share one hidden trait? It's not their technology, it's not their talent, it's not even their timing. It is their obsession with, wait for it, simplicity. Let me share the secret of how the world's greatest minds turn complexity into billions. Elon Musk calls it the engineer's biggest mistake. Steve Jobs built an empire on it. Jeff Bezos scaled Amazon with it, and it might be your missing key to massive growth in every area of your life. Here's what's fascinating. While everybody's trying to add more features, create more options, build more complexity, true masters are doing the exact opposite. Let me prove it. Picture this. Apple software team had spent 3 months designing a quote-unquote revolutionary DVD creation system. Their presentation deck was 30 slides long, full of features, full of options, full of complexity. The room was packed. Engineers were proud. Executives were nodding. Everybody was ready for Steve Jobs' approval. But Steve, he didn't even sit down when he walked in the room. He walked straight to the whiteboard, drew a simple rectangle. He said, "This is where you drag your video," he said. Then he drew one button below it labeled burn. "That's it. That's what we're making." And he walked out. The room sat in stunned silence. 3 months of work, dozens of features, multiple user flows, all replaced by 2 elements. Oh, and that product became iDVD, one of Apple's most successful applications used by millions of customers. Why? Because it answered one simple question. How do I put my video on DVD? Not 20 questions, not 12 features, not 7 options, just one clear action. Drag, burn, done. Think about it. Here's what's really interesting about it. While most companies are asking, what can we add? What can we optimize? What can we automate? The billion-dollar brands ask, what can we delete? I call this the deletion method. Step number 1, delete. Remove until it hurts. Then remove one more thing. Like when Dyson launched their vacuum, they had created something revolutionary. Their vacuum could clean floors, double as a clothes cleaner, reach ceiling corners, filter microscopic particles, convert to handheld, clean without bags. But James Dyson made a crucial decision that would define their entire brand. Instead of marketing all those features, they focused on one message: the vacuum that doesn't lose suction. That's it. They didn't mention the clothes cleaning features, which could have been its own product. They didn't talk about the convertible design, which engineers spent years perfecting. They lasered in on one thing. They solved one clear pain point that everybody could understand. The result? Dyson dominated the market, built a $20 billion brand, and changed the industry forever. Think about that. Number 2, simplify. What remains, make it crystal clear. Like Bezos with Amazon, one click, ordering. That changed retail forever. Step 3, accelerate. Only then can you truly scale. Let me share a story about one of the most important moments in Apple's marketing history. Lee Clow, the advertising legend behind Apple's 1984 commercial and the creative genius that Steve Jobs trusted the most, taught Steve Jobs himself a lesson that he never forgot. During a crucial meeting, when Apple was planning their comeback and Jobs was pushing for multiple product messages, Clow, the mastermind behind Think Different, did something, well, different. He crumpled up one paper ball and tossed it to Jobs, who caught it easily. Then he threw 5 paper balls at Jobs, who didn't catch any. He said, "That's a bad ad," Cloud said simply. That moment transformed how Apple would communicate for the next 20 years. You can catch one crumpled ball, but you can't catch 5 simultaneously. And in trying to do so, you catch none. Think of the iPod, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Think iPhone, 3 devices in one. Think MacBook Air, the world's thinnest notebook. One message, one promise, one idea. Think about that. While your competition is throwing multiple messages, adding more features, creating more confusion, you could be catching attention with one clear message, one clear promise, one clear action. Here's how to implement this. Grab your Darren Daily Journal. Let's do a simplicity audit. Number 1, message audit. List everything that you communicate. Marketing messages, team directives, customer promises. Now the brutal part. Cut it down to 1. Number 2, product audit. Look at your offerings, the features, the options, the variations. Now ask, what if we could only have 1? And then number 3, process audit. Examine your systems, steps required, decisions needed, approvals required. For each one ask, can this be eliminated entirely? Because here's the reality. Complexity isn't sophistication. It's a sign of confusion. Simplicity isn't basic, it's brilliant. So, you, share below. What will you delete today? What can you simplify now? What needs to be eliminated entirely? Remember, Apple became worth $3 trillion, not by adding more, but by obsessing over less. Your next breakthrough might not come from what you add, but from what you have the courage to take away. So, choose simplicity, choose clarity, choose growth. Because in a world of complexity, simplicity isn't just refreshing, it's actually revolutionary.